Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz October 21, 2016 at 2:46 a.m. And topic, I'm going to just tell you it may be one of the most important verses in the Bible that you've ever read. We do know the most important is that Jesus died on the cross. But what I'm going to tell you now must be the second important, maybe the third, but Christ being born of a virgin. Let me tell you what happened after he was buried and after he lay in the grave for 3 days. He said something, and this should be for you, and it should be something that you should be proud of. And I'll do a more extensive blog on it later, maybe tonight. But in John chapter 29 and 20, chapter 20 and verse 29, Jesus has risen. Mary was inside looking for him, the tomb, and Jesus was standing outside the tomb, and he called her. And she came, and she was so thrilled, so blown away. But she went there knowing that he did rise. So she ran and started telling people. First person to show up was Thomas. Here's what Jesus said to Thomas. He said, and again, John chapter 20, verse 29, Jesus said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. The Jews had to have a sign, even till today, in order to believe or to do something. And the story started out on the day of Purim or Purim. It's like Purim. That's a day that they cast lots. It's actually 2 verses down here, or 2 things down here that God said you cast lots, and whatever the main lot, which was a piece of rock or something, fell on, would be what happened. So when they cast on Purim, it was either between being attacked and not being attacked, because they can't ask God directly. So they ask God through Purim, and he answers by them casting lots. So they cast lots, and one landed on the one that said, you will not be attacked. It was a day of celebration for the Jews. Here we come. Last year, on this day of Purim in Israel, Obama orders Netanyahu to agree with the laws that America just passed. Gay marriage. And Benjamin Netanyahu, hey, this is one of our holiest days. You know, you must wait until tomorrow. That made Obama mad. So, Purim, it's a very important day, and it's what actually led to this verse. And I'll have to explain that later. So let me say this. Again, Jesus said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. But here's the biggie. And you may not realize just how big, but it is very big. And you should be extremely proud. So blessed are you, Thomas, that you have seen me, because by seeing me you have believed. Blessed are they that have not seen, and yet they believe. Can you imagine what that means to Jesus Christ when he's so used in God to proving things, and that's who they are. They need a sign. But you and I, we've never met Jesus. We don't know what he looks like. He has not come into your house and talked to you and told you who he was. But we trust in the Word of God. We trust it. We believe it. And by believing that Jesus is who he is, without him coming to you and showing you who he is, you gotta know that is a blessing that you don't understand what it means, and you don't understand what it could do for you if you would take it and use it. He's saying those who never seen me believes in me, and 2,000 years later, here we are. We know there's a Jesus. We know what he did at the cross. We just know. Our heart screams it to us. That's Jesus. And we believe it. So Jesus put a blessing on us by believing in him and all that he did, although we've never seen him. Guys, take that. That is it's a verse that when you get to heaven, only then will you realize how important that verse is. You take it today and you let that verse work for you today, and it will. Jody Wolf Expoz.